Hi everyone, good evening. Good evening everyone, welcome to the class. Hi. Hi Suhani. Hi Anshita. Hi Papia. Hi Maulik. Hi Gungun. Hi Bishal. Ritvik. Ayush. Good evening. Hi Lakshmi. Amrita. Varshini. Good evening everyone. We have Harsh. Aditi. YV Studies, Suresh. Good evening everyone, welcome to the class. I hope that you all are amazing and I'm sure that all of you are super excited for the amazing session ahead that we have. Right, so it's your own channel from 8th to 10th, right? And of course, it's your favorite chapter, I would say, right? So we have been, we have been these amazing sessions on the natural resources, right? And of course, now we'll be discussing about the biogeochemical cycle. So it was a very interesting chapter altogether. I'm sure all of us enjoyed that chapter because it's a really very easy and super fun chapter to learn very quickly. So it's a very important chapter to easily get the marks, right? Yes? Awesome! Good to see you all here. I can see so many of you here. Yes? A good bunch of students with all of us, right? So on that note, let's quickly start. Yes, it's a Kaju Katli chapter. Very good, because yes, everyone, we should actually name the chapters and the questions and the concepts based upon the suite so that we can actually remember those names. Love to see, oh my god, I love, I can see a lot of smileys, a lot of thumbs up. Awesome everyone. So on that note, on a very happy and excited note, let's quickly start our class today on the biogeochemical cycle. So in today's class, we'll be discussing about the important cycles that we have in our planet Earth, right? Of course, we'll be learning more about it, the official name of it, right? So we have these amazing cycles. We have water cycle, we have nitrogen cycle, we have oxygen cycle, and the carbon cycle, right? Now, if I ask you, we have the atmosphere, we have hydrosphere, and then we have lithosphere. All of these three combined together, what do we call them, right? What is the one term which we call it, right, when we have all of these three together? Yes, come on, everyone. Yes? So we have lithosphere, right? Very good, Ritvik. Very good, Vishal. Very good, Himanshu. Yes, today we have the Mentee. Yes, today we have the Mentee, and you're absolutely correct. We call it as the biosphere, right? So in a biosphere, we have, of course, we have the atmosphere, of course, which is a part of it. We have lithosphere and the hydrosphere. When we talk about the biosphere, right, there are biotic components like you and me, the living components, and then we have the abiotic components, the non-living components. When there is an interaction between these two components, of course, we have it in the biosphere, right? In the biosphere only we'll see the interaction. Now, of course, we know that for us to survive, right, we need the food. Now, when we talk about the food, we can easily get it from the plants. We know that plants are the producers. And plants actually grow on the soil, which is a abiotic factor. So over here, we can actually see the connection and the interaction between the biotic components and the abiotic components. Yes? Yes, are we clear with this, everyone? Yes, everyone, are we clear? The biotic and the abiotic components? Good evening, Nibha. Good evening, right? Himanshu will be discussing about that. We will be discussing about that. Very good. Okay, moving ahead. Now, of course, we have, basically the constant interaction between the biotic and the abiotic components of the biosphere, which is definitely make it very dynamic, but a very stable system. Now, talking about the biosphere, we'll see as there is the interaction, we'll see matter and energy going back and forth, right? And this actually happens with the help of various biogeochemical cycles, right? So till now we have discussed about the biosphere, right? In biosphere we have the interaction of the biotic components, which are the living components, and then we have the abiotic components, which are the non-living components like soil, air, water. There is definitely the interaction between the biotic and the abiotic components. Lakshmi, I think you got this time right. I have repeated it for you. So, Now we are moving ahead to the biogeochemical cycle. This is really very important and a super interesting topic, right? So over here we'll be discussing about the water cycle, carbon cycle, oxygen cycle and nitrogen cycle. All of these, right? All of these are kind of interconnected and each one of these is really very important for all of us. So we'll be discussing about this. Yes. So are we ready, everyone? Are we ready for this? So we have the definition of the biogeochemical cycle. So mainly this refers to the movement of the nutrient and other elements between the biotic and the abiotic factors. Yes, we have Mentee, and I can see few of you are requesting me to talk in Hindi. I will try my best. Yes, a mix of Hindi and English. Yes. So अभी तक हमने Biosphere पढ़ा है, and of course we have discussed कि उसमें दो components है, biotic and abiotic. Biotic components, living components है like us, living organisms, और abiotic components वो components हैं जो non-living है like soil, water and air. इनके बीच में जो interaction हो रहा है, of course we have it in the biosphere. Yes? Right? Great. So यहाँ तक we all are clear. Now we are moving to the biogeochemical cycle. I want all of you to pay attention. I hope that you have your pen and notebook so that you can note down all the important points. Starting with the first one, we have the water. Now, we all love water, right? And we know that water is really very important, right? We know that it's really very important. So let's talk about the water cycle. The first cycle we're discussing is the water. Now, I'm sure all of us love rain, right? How many of you love rain? I love rain. I like the sound of the rain, when we have the rainfall, the atmosphere that we have, the weather changes. I really love the weather in the rainfall. And of course, to have something like a soup or a hot coffee, it's really amazing. Yes? Yes, absolutely correct. So I think majority of us over here, we are the rain lover, right? Yes, we have Mentee. Don't worry, we have the Mentee. Okay, so let's talk about that. Have you ever wondered? I'm sure, come on, we all have wondered. Like when I was a kid, I used to think that from where the water is coming. It was really very exciting and I was really very curious to know that where the water is coming from. And of course, now that I'm sure we are in a standard that we can easily say, okay, this is a very important process which happens, right? So I'm sure you have wondered it, and I'm sure you also have wondered it, how the clouds are formed, right? So very quickly, let's discuss about the water cycle. So it's a very easy cycle, right? Yes, Nitya. Very good, yes. Eating hot pakoras, having coffee. Now very quickly, and this is a very easy cycle, that's why I'm asking you guys. Please write the 4 important steps we have in the water cycle. Super easy, right? What is the first step in water cycle? What happens if there's a water, right? Suppose there's a water surface, be it any body, be it the ocean, river, right? What happens the first thing? Very good, very good. The first important step is the evaporation. The water vapors formation, right? We will see that the surface that we have, right, which have the water, because of the heat from the sun, the water will be getting evaporated, and we call that process as the evaporation. We'll see the formation of the vapors. These vapors will be moving up in the atmosphere. Yes? Right? Very good. This is clear to each one of us. Water vapors banenge, and of course we call that process as the evaporation. Slowly, slowly these water vapors will move up in the atmosphere, right? And as they will be moving above, like they will be moving ahead, they'll be getting cooled down, right? Cooling will be happening. And as the cooling will be happening, the particles along with the dust particles, right, they'll combine together, and of course we'll see the formation of the clouds, and of course we call it as the condensation. Yes? Right? We call it as the condensation. Very good. After that, what happens? Huge heavy clouds which has a lot of water in them. They'll be moving right and with the help of the winds and the air currents. Of course, when they cannot hold the water anymore, we'll see the precipitation happening. Now, it's nothing but the falling of the rainfall, right? We have the rainfall, we have the snow sometime, right? In various places, we have the hails and the sleet, right? All of these are different types of way that the water will be coming back on the land, right? Or on the water surface. Yes? So we have evaporation, condensation, precipitation, and the last is the, very good, is the surface runoff, right? Surface runoff, and that is nothing but as the water will be falling, right? It will be moving on the surface, and some of the water will be there on the water surface, and some of it will be going in the underground water, and of course will be filling up the groundwater or increasing the groundwater level. Yes? So are we clear, everyone? A very quick recap about the water cycle. First step, of course, evaporation, condensation, precipitation, and the surface runoff. Right, everyone, are we clear? Yes? Very good. Very good, Nibha. Awesome. Super proud of each one of you. Great. Now that we are done with this particular water cycle, let's quickly solve a question to check our knowledge. Yes, over here we have a very interesting question that formation of the clouds from the vapors occurs through evaporation, condensation, precipitation, or the surface runoff. Can you tell me the answer? Yes? Come on, come on, come on. Very good. I can see the long list, right? The answer is the option B. Condensation. We are talking about the formation of the clouds from the vapors. We call it as the condensation. Very good. A smiley for all of us. Very good, everyone. So we are done with this particular question, and now let's move to something really very interesting. In rain, we usually enjoy the food, right, which is kind of hot. Hot coffee, hot pakoras, right, or tea also sometime. But there is something real, like there's another food which is really very cold. We also consume it in very hot days. Can you tell me what I'm talking about? Yes, if it's really, if it's really very outside, if it's really very hot outside, we will be going there. Oh, I can see the answer, Akshay. Oh, I can see the long list of answers. Yes, we are talking about the ice cream, right? If it's hot outside, we will definitely love to have a scoop of ice cream, right? Now, when you go to an ice parlor, right, the ice cream parlor, right, where you have different varieties of the ice cream, I'm sure you must have seen this gas, right, which is there, right? I'm sure you must have seen. Look at this. It looks really, really yummy, right? So after the class, yeah, we can definitely have. Yes? So can you tell me which gas we're talking about? What is this particular gas that we have over here? Yes? Very good, Akshay. Yes, very good, Ritvik. Not the dry ice. Liquid nitrogen, right? Nitrogen. Yes, the gas that we have over here is the nitrogen. Very good. Yes? So, we'll be discussing about the nitrogen. Now, based upon that, can you tell me how much percentage of the nitrogen we have in our atmosphere? Nitya, this is a very offbeat topic. Let me just give us some time. We'll come back to that. But if you want to know the answer for this particular question, how the aids get transmitted, you can watch the video on the why do we fall ill wala chapter. Yes? And if not, just give me a while. I'll address it later. Very good, everyone. So we have it that we know that the composition of our atmosphere, we have the different types of gases. Among that, 78% we have the nitrogen, the highest of all. Then we have 21% which is of the oxygen, and of course remaining 1% different other gases. So we know that nitrogen is really very important, and we know that nitrogen is really very essential component of proteins, right? Of nucleic acid, of vitamins, and of course of chlorophyll. Yes? See. Of course, proteins, we all need the proteins because they are the building block of our body, right? Then, of course, when we talk about the nucleic acid, our genetic material, DNA is made up of the nucleic acid. For that also, we need nitrogen. We need vitamins that also have the nitrogen and, of course, the chlorophyll that is present in the plants. And because of that, only plants can make their own food. It also needs the nitrogen. So we can say that nitrogen is really very important, be it the terms in the formation, the production of the proteins, nucleic acid, and the vitamins and the chlorophyll. So we know that nitrogen is really very important. All of you agree on that fact that nitrogen is really very important? Yes? Give me a thumbs up. Yes, give me a thumbs up, everyone. That nitrogen is really very important. Now, if we have this understanding that nitrogen is really very important, let's understand a very important thing. We know that nitrogen is there in our atmosphere, right? But we cannot actually go out and breathe the nitrogen directly, right? We actually cannot consume the atmospheric nitrogen directly. This is again very important. So what is the solution for it? What is happening in our atmosphere that we are getting nitrogen aaram se? Yes? I'm sure we have a cycle for that, and I'm sure you have the understanding about the steps because you have studied in the class 8th. Let's quickly revise these important steps that we have in the nitrogen cycle. So of course when we talk about the nitrogen cycle, very good, I can see the answers over there. Very good. So in nitrogen cycle we have these 5 important steps. First we have the nitrogen fixation, then we have the assimilation, ammonification, nitrification and denitrification. Yes? Very good, very good. Awesome. So let's quickly discuss about the nitrogen cycle over here. So first we'll be discussing about the nitrogen cycle. Now we will be focusing on the biogeochemical part of it. We'll be focusing on the bio side of the nitrogen cycle. So in nitrogen fixation, that's really very important point, that as the nitrogen that we have in our atmosphere, we will not be able to consume it directly. We have some amazing plants called as the leguminous plants, right? These leguminous plants are the plants that have the root nodules, right? And inside these root nodules, they have what they have. Can anyone tell me what they have? Yes? Basically, that's the first step, and of course they have a very special type of bacteria. So, in the nitrogen fixation, we'll see the conversion of the atmospheric nitrogen into either nitrate, nitrite or ammonia. And in these root nodules, we have a very special bacteria called as the rhizobium. Very good. So this particular bacteria will be helping in the fixing of the atmospheric nitrogen. Very important, right? So over here, we have the name of the bacteria. Super important. Please note this down. Then apart from it, in our atmosphere, in our surrounding, we have other modes for the nitrogen fixation. We are focusing on this, right? Nitrogen fixing with the help of the bacteria, because we are focusing on the bio part of it. We can easily fix the nitrogen by using the artificial method. In a container, of course, it will be getting converted to ammonia. And of course, in the nature, naturally, by the process of lightning, we'll see the nitrogen fixation happening. So our main focus is on the rhizobium, like basically the bio part of it. Then moving to the second step, right? You can actually, Himanshu, you can take the screenshot of it, right everyone? Are we clear? Yes? So over here, I think some of you have asked that how the nitrogen will be getting fixed by the lightning. So what will happen? So we have the lightning, right? And of course in our atmosphere, we have the nitrogen, right? And of course, as this lightning will be hitting up these nitrogen molecules, right, that we have in the atmosphere, they will be easily getting broken down. Of course, they'll be moving into the soil. And of course, then there will be the conversion of it, and there the plants will be able to take it. I hope that is clear. Right, Ashish? Yes? Yes, simple, very simple. Nitrogen to ammonia, and of course from there, further we'll see the other conversion happening. Are we clear with it? So we are talking about the nitrogen fixing, right? We are focusing on the bio part of it. So we have leguminous plants. The leguminous plants have the root nodules, and inside those root nodules we have the rhizobium, which actually help in the nitrogen fixation. From there, yes, Lakshmi, I have repeated it. Yes, I hope that you got this. Now what will be happening? Now the nitrogen is being broken down. We have other components of it, right? And we'll move into the second step, that is the assimilation. So these nitrate, can you see this, right? The nitrate and the ammonia will be getting into the organic nitrogen, and we call that process as the assimilation. Yes? So now the plants will be using these nitrogen, right? And of course it will be moving. Of course it will be used by the plants. And further, when the animals will be consuming the plants, they will be getting the nitrogen. See, you and I, if we are eating the plants directly, will be able to get the nitrogen, right, over here. So if this particular animal is consuming the plants, right, eating the plants, this animal will be getting the nitrogen. And once once the life cycle of this particular animal is complete or any other animal is complete, we'll see that, right, there will be the waste product. Decomposition process will occur with the help of microorganism, and they will be breaking the nitrogen into the ammonia, and of course we call that process as the ammonification. And over here we have other products also. Yes, so first step is nitrogen fixation. Rhizobium will be helping in the breaking down of it. Then we have assimilation, it will be going into the plants. Plants will be utilizing it. Then we have the ammonification. Further decomposition process will occur, and we'll have the various other components, right, of the nitrogen, of the ammonia, and these further will be getting broken down to the nitrate and the nitrite. Yes? So once this is done, see, the animal is releasing out the nitrogen. See over here? We can see the arrow over here. So it will be moving back into the soil, and of course over here, we have the conversion happening. So the ammonia will be getting converted into the nitrate with the help of the nitrifying bacteria. Yes, ammonia to nitrate, right over here. The bacteria now name is the Nitrosomonas. Please note this down. Okay? Yes? Right, everyone, are we clear? Yes, bacteria are decomposing the animals. Very good. Okay. Then we have the nitrate, right? So ammonia is getting converted to the nitrate, and the nitrate will be further getting converted into the nitrogen, and we call that process as the denitrification. So again, these nitrate will be getting converted into the free nitrogen, which will be going back into the atmosphere, and that's how our whole cycle will be complete. Over here also we have these special bacteria, right, that will be helping in the conversion of it. Right, and of course with this we are done with our nitrogen cycle. Very easy. Yes, Aman, it's a bacteria. Yes, so it will be a prokaryote. Nitya, I will not be able to send you the notes. You can go back to the sessions, right? You can take the screenshot of it. You can take the screenshot of the sessions that we have, and you can get the notes from there. Yes. So over here we have the nitrogen. We have the nitrogen cycle, right? First we have the free nitrogen. Then we'll see the fixation of it. Then the assimilation of it. Then the next step is nitrification and denitrification. And again we have the free nitrogen. Yes? Very good. Everyone, are we clear about it? Come on, come on. We'll have an amazing Mentee quiz waiting for us. We have to be really very quick. Yes? Ashish, it's a very fine difference that you're asking about. So basically these two are different components chemically, of course. When we write about the formula, you will see the difference. Nitrate and nitrite. Yes, very good. So that's all about the nitrogen cycle. Now let's move to the very important component. The question is outright there clear, asking about which is the most important component of air that actually help us to live. Nitrogen cycle is done. Water cycle is done. Now we are moving towards our next cycle. Very good. Oxygen, oxygen, oxygen. Absolutely correct. Now we'll be discussing about the O2, the oxygen cycle. So let's now explore more about the oxygen cycle over here. Moving over here to the oxygen cycle. Now let's talk about the utilization of the oxygen. It's a very easy thing, right? You can only teach me. Everyone, let's quickly have this interaction. Please tell us about the oxygen cycle because it's the easiest cycle of all time. What we do, we take the oxygen, right? We have it in our atmosphere. We usually take it for various other purposes, right? First, of course, we focus on the fire over here for the process of combustion, right? If oxygen is not there, there's no fire. So as the oxygen will be used to give us the fire, of course, there's a release of the carbon dioxide, right? By the simple process of combustion. Very good. Apart from that, we know that we need oxygen, right? When we breathe in, we need oxygen. So oxygen is really very important. And of course, what we release the carbon dioxide. So very simple thing. Of course, we call that whole process as the respiration, right? We takes up the oxygen, and of course, what happens, there is a process from where we'll be using the oxygen to produce the energy. And then of course, we release the carbon dioxide. So that's a very easy thing. The utilization of oxygen we are clear of. Then if we talk about the production of oxygen, we know that plants will be taking up the carbon dioxide right from the atmosphere. And of course, they will be giving us the oxygen. Yes? Super easy. This is the easiest cycle I'm telling you. And of course, over here we have the quick, sweet summary of the oxygen cycle. So we have the atmospheric oxygen, the organic molecules. Where we use it? We use it in the respiration and the combustion process. And from where we get the oxygen? From the photosynthesis reaction. Easy. Over here also, this important thing, we have the carbon dioxide and water that plays a very important role. Yes? Yes, everyone? No, Nitya. We don't have that. Yes, everyone, are we clear with oxygen cycle? A smiley. Yes. Very good. So we know that all plants perform the process of photosynthesis, right? All plant respires, right? As you and I respire, plants also take up the oxygen and release out the carbon dioxide. Is really very important. Do not get confused with it. But during the daytime, what they do, they use up the carbon dioxide and they give us the oxygen. Very good. So we are clear with it. And let's quickly answer this particular question and let's check our knowledge. Aman, plants take oxygen during daytime also because they are performing the process of photosynthesis, right? Sorry, they are performing the respiration process. So both of these processes, photosynthesis and respiration, are happening together in a plant during the daytime. Very good. So consumption of the oxygen occurs through photosynthesis, combustion, evaporation and nitrogen fixation. Very good. Option B is the correct answer and we have it. That is the combustion process. Super. Now moving very quickly to the next part because we have to quickly move to the Mentee quiz, right? Now, this is again very easy. Can you tell me that, do you have any idea that diamonds are made up of the carbon? Yes? We'll be discussing about the carbon. And you know what? Diamonds are the pure form of the carbon, right? And I'm sure you know the process of how the diamonds are made. They are the hardest form of carbon. Absolutely correct. And purest form of, again, like the purest form also. Yes? Now let's talk about the carbon cycle. Here we'll be discussing about the carbon cycle. So we know that carbon forms the major part of the organisms, right? Of organism's body. When we talk about the carbon, we have the carbon in various different places altogether. We have in the limestone, inorganic compounds, coal and petroleum. So we'll be discussing about the carbon cycle. Over here we go. Now, we have the carbon dioxide in our atmosphere, right? We know that plants will be utilizing it, right? Plants will be taking up the carbon dioxide to make their own food by the process of photosynthesis, and animals will be eating up those plants, right? And of course, they will be getting the energy. So the carbon will be forming the carbohydrates and various other biomolecules in the animal body, right? So again, carbon plays a really very important thing. Apart from that, we know that when the organism, right, is dead, right, we'll see the decaying of the organism body. So what will happen? The carbon dioxide will be again going back into the atmosphere. Super easy, right? And that's it. That's the smallest cycle. After the oxygen cycle, I think the carbon cycle is really very easy. So we have the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, of course. We have the organic compounds in the plants. We have it in the petroleum, coal, and in the limestone and the other different compounds. And of course, we have the organic compounds in the animals. So carbon dioxide overall plays a very important role in various living organisms' body. So you and I also have carbon, right? And of course, we release carbon dioxide. Yes? So are we clear with this? Now let's quickly recap about the things that we have studied, and then we are moving to the Mentee biogeochemical cycle. We have discussed about that we have various important components, right, that are really very important. And of course we have talked about the cycle. We discussed about the water cycle, simple important process, evaporation, condensation, precipitation and surface runoff. Then we have talked about the nitrogen cycle, which have the nitrogen fixation, assimilation, ammonification, denitrification and nitrification also over there. Oxygen is really very important. Plants will be giving us the oxygen and will be utilizing it in the process of respiration and combustion. And of course we have the carbon cycle. So that's all about this particular topic. And over here we have the Mentee quiz, everyone. So I'll give you some time, right? Go to www.mentee.com, use the code 345888512. So over here on top of my head you can see you have to go on www.mentee.com and then you have to use the code 345888512. So I'll be waiting, I will be moving over there and let me see, right? Okay, I can see many of you have joined. That's really very good. Right, I can see many of you have joined. Super. Come on everyone, I can see 65 of us are there in the class. I want each one of you to join over there. I'll tell you the code. Yes, the code is 34 over here on the screen, as you can see. Still I'll repeat for you guys, 345888512. Yes, joined, very good. I can see many of you are here with us, right? And I'm still waiting for you guys. Everyone, please join quickly. Then we'll start. Yes, it's a very interesting quiz. We have just studied about the biogeochemical cycle, and of course we'll be having some amazing questions, right? We'll be checking our knowledge. Awesome, I can see many of you are saying join. Very good, everyone. Those of you who are still about to join us, right, or just join the session for the Mentee quiz over here, the code is 345888512. Very good. Yes, I hope that you have enjoyed the session. Yes, I hope that you are enjoying the session. Please don't forget to hit the like button to the video. Subscribe to the channel is really very important. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon so that you can get all the important notification. Yes. Divya, you have to go on the website, which is you can open in the next tab, which is the www.mentee.com. Over there, they'll be asking you for the code and you have to write the code, which is the 345888512. Yes? Yes. Very good, everyone. I can see many of you are joining. Please join very quickly. Yes, I'm waiting for you guys, but we'll be starting in a minute. Now, in a minute. We'll start in a minute. Okay, yeah. Then, yeah, we can go actually to the emojis wala slide and we can wait over there, right? It's okay. Yes, oh my god, look at the cute emojis we have. Nice. There's a lion over there. There's a rabbit. Yes. Okay, everyone. So let's start. So I'm starting. All the best to each one of you, right? Let's start our quiz. We'll just count till 10 and then we'll start. Can we start the countdown? Yes, can we start the countdown in the chat box? Starting from 10. 9. 8. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Come on, I can see 5 over here. 2 and 1, everyone. Let's start our quiz. All the best to each one of you. And here we go with the first question. Yes. First question on your screen now. Which of the following is not a step in the water cycle? So we have discussed about the water cycle. Which of these steps that we have over here is basically not a step? Evaporation, precipitation, ammonification and the condensation. Look at the questions properly. Look at the options properly. Focus on the correct answer, right? In the Mentee, you have to answer the correct answer, and like if you want to get more points, you have to answer really very quickly. Yes, everyone. Please tell me the correct answer for this particular question where we're looking for the steps of the water cycle. So, very good. So, ammonification is a step of the nitrogen cycle and it's not a step of the water cycle. Evaporation is the first step of the water cycle. Then the second step is condensation. Then precipitation and the surface runoff. So, the correct answer over here is ammonification, and 62 of you have voted for the correct answer. Congratulations. And over here we have the solution slide with us, and that talks about the water cycle that we've just studied. Right over here we have. So, right? Awesome. Moving to the next question, everyone. Question number 2 we have over here with us. Let's look at this question, right? Here we go, everyone. Question number 2 on the screen. Very, very interesting question. Nitrogen gas makes up about of dash of the atmospheric gas. We're talking about the nitrogen, that it makes about how much percentage of the atmospheric gas we have. In options, as you can see, we have 77%, 78%, 79% or 80%. Easiest of all, I guess. Right? We have discussed it in detail and I'm sure you have this information with you. Yes, very good, and the correct answer is 78%. I don't know why. Come on. I really want to understand what happened with the 77% and 79%. We know that the correct percentage is the 78. 66 of you have voted for the correct answer. I'm sure who have voted for the wrong answer, it's just a misclick, right? So we have the correct answer, which is the 78%, right? We have the 78% of the nitrogen in our atmosphere. Very good. Okay. This question was really very easy. Now moving to the third question we have with us. Yes, everyone, here we go. Question number 3. Here we go. Atmospheric nitrogen can be transformed to dash by rhizobium. Nitrites, proteins, ammonia, cyanide. Very interesting. We're talking about the nitrogen getting converted to something with the help of the rhizobium. So we know that the rhizobium are present in the root nodules, right? So I'm sure you know the correct answer. I can see many of you are going away from the answer. But it's wrong, right? Very good, everyone. So we have the correct answer. Initially, I thought that you're going away from the answer, but now all of you are back on the track. So the correct answer over here is the nitrite, and 49% of you, 49 of you have voted for the correct answer. Very good, everyone. So we have this information with us, right? So we have that, it will be getting converted into this. Very good. And with this, we are moving ahead. And of course, we have the leaderboard, right? Yes, we have this. So, over here we have Akshit, right? We have the, Akshit, which is the fastest one. Then we have Aditya, Rachit. Then we have Taseer, we have Akshay, then we have Kashif, Sami, Shakti, Satvika and Ashima. Very good, everyone. So we have the leaderboard, right? I'm sure you got your ranks, right? Be really very quick, right? Try to answer the correct answer. Yes? Very good. Don't worry, you'll be moving ahead. Let's move to the next question, everyone. Here we have next question, that is question number 4 with us. And it's a very easy question. It's a very important, very, very interesting and super important chapter. Rhizobiums form root nodules in the roots of dash plants. Very easy. So we have the plant, right? We have in the options we have apple plant, banana plant, potato plant and the pea plant. In which of these plants we'll see the formation of the rhizobium, right? We know that rhizobium is a type of bacteria that are present in the root nodules of the dash plants. Yes? So in the options we have apple plant, banana plant, potato plant and the pea plant. Yes, please write your answers. Quickly vote, everyone. And everyone has voted. And I'm so proud that 57% of you have actually voted for the correct answer. right? The correct answer is pea plant. We know that pea is a leguminous plant, right? And the pea plant will have the roots, right? Inside the roots will have those root nodules, right? On the roots will have those root nodules, and inside that we have the rhizobium. Those of you who got this particular question incorrect, definitely now you can understand why the correct answer is the pea plant. Yes. Over here we have the answer. Moving to the next question, everyone. Question number 5. We had the leaderboard just few minutes back, right? And total questions are 6. So we are on 5 questions. 2 more questions, everyone. And after that, we will have our leaderboard. Plants utilize carbon dioxide during the process of. So when the plants will be utilizing the carbon dioxide? Super easy. Photosynthesis, decomposition, guttation, and the reproduction. Yes? Okay, I can see a long chain of the correct answer. Plants utilize the carbon dioxide during the process of. We know that plants are really very special, right? And they utilize it during the process of photosynthesis. By that only they make their own food, right? So 65 of you have voted for the correct answer. 5, 2 and 1 got the correct wrong, but I'm sure it's just the, just the misclick. So guttation is a process which we see in the few plants, right? In the morning time, what will be happening? On the leaves edge now, they'll have those water droplets. It's because of the pressure, and that is the guttation. Very good. Moving over here to the solution, right? Plants will be utilizing the carbon dioxide, right? And they'll be making their own food. Here we go to the last question, everyone, of today's class. Here we have the last question. All the best to each one of you. The purest form of the carbon among the following is easy question, right? The purest form of the carbon monoxide, diamond, graphite, and coal. We are talking about the purest form of carbon. Can I give you a hint? We have just talked about it, right? Yes, the purest form of the carbon. Is it carbon monoxide, diamonds, graphite, or the coal? Yes, yes. Everyone has voted and 61 of you have voted for the correct answer. The correct answer is diamond. Very good. And with this, we are done with our, right? We are done with our Mentee quiz. And over here, we have the leaderboard, everyone. Very interesting leaderboard we have. Here we have the leaderboard. And let's see who's the fastest, right? Who's the fastest over here? And here we have. So we have Aditya. Aditya, congratulations. Yes, we have Aditya, we have Ashima, she was the fastest one for this particular question, congratulations to her. Then we have Sammy, Rajat, Shakti, Satvika, Nishita, we have Mohammed Anzar, we have Akshay, Biology Science Lover, very good, and we have Saransh. Congratulations to each one of you, and to each one of you who have actually participated in the quiz, right? I hope that you have enjoyed, and the important thing for all of us is to aim कि हमारे सारे answers मिल जाएं, right? कि हमें सारे questions आते हैं, हमने सारे अच्छे से answers दिए, and 6 out of 6 should be our aim. Not the position, but yes, 6 out of 6. I hope that you have enjoyed the session, right? We'll be meeting next week, right? And of course, can you look at this? Nayati, right? So you can go back to the Why Do We Fall Well chapter and see it. Next week, everyone, get ready. Get ready for an amazing session. We'll be having the quiz on Mentee for the whole chapter of Why Do We Fall Ill. Can you imagine how many questions we'll be having? And we'll be revising the whole chapter. So I want all of you to get prepared for an amazing session. When you're coming in the next session, study and come to the class, right? We'll be having a lot of questions and we'll be discussing about the important concept and a quick revision of the whole chapter. Yes? So I'll be meeting you next week, and you know the drill. If you have any doubts, go back to the session that we just had. Just listen it to again, clear your doubts, and of course you'll be good to go. And with that, everyone, we are done with our today's session. Thank you so much. Right? We'll be meeting again very soon. We have got you covered, and you can always try free trial classes with us, right? Lots of love to you. Lots of love to you. Heart. I cannot tell you, that will be a surprise, Kevin, that how many questions we'll be having, right? Next class, I'm telling you, 9th class students get super excited for an amazing session. So I'm telling you, it will be an amazing surprise. Number of questions I can't tell you, right? It will just be giving away the surprise. Yes? We will be doing it. Arush will be definitely doing it. Yes? On that note, everyone, let's say bye-bye to each one of you. We'll be meeting next time. Take care of yourself. Lots of love. And keep on learning science and especially the bio part of it. Bye-bye, everyone.